All right, everybody. I apologize. I would have had this out sooner, but I actually forgot to share my screen on the first take. So I'm going to make sure that I do that now. All right. So this video is going to walk through the quick fix for the affiliate funnel. Colton did a video that covered it, and I'm just going to try and put it together a little quicker to help you go through it much faster. So the first thing we talked about was the PDF file. We want to make the changes to point them, instead of pointing them to the web registration, we want to point them to the VSL link that we have in ClickMagick. So there's a couple ways you can do this. The first one is to do what Colton had suggested. Go back to the Infusionsoft link that you got before the training session back in August and download a new copy. What I did was I actually went to my Google Documents drive and did open, and you can see my drive, and then I just selected the file, and then once I had that open, then I did make a copy, and when I did that, I typed in, it was originally copy of full stack affiliate PDF file, so I just made it shared temp full stack PDF file. That way I knew what it was called, and it was different. It had that temp in there, so I know it's just the temporary one. All right, so once you do that, then all we need to do is just make a few changes. And what I did was I highlighted where we need to change. So all these highlights pointed to the master class link, which is this, our web registration link. So if we go back to that document, oops, wrong document. If we go back to that document, we can see that I've updated that to, instead of pointing to the web reg, I'm pointing to the VSL. Now, if you followed my videos from the live stream and used a similar naming convention, then your links are going to be, everything up to and including the dash is going to be the same. It's only going to be this last part that's different. So for mine, it's web reg. And then if I go down to the VSL, the only difference is the XVSL. So that actually makes it rather convenient, because all we need to do is make sure that the last part's changed. So you can do that one of two ways. You can either just go ahead and copy the entire link, and then when we go back to the document, just paste that in there. Or you can just delete the web reg part and type in the XVSL. I use the copy and paste because it's easier for me. I will also send this out in a shared document in the chat group. So if you wanted to, you could just go ahead, change the full stack marketer link to your link. That points to the PDF download, the 011. If you use my naming convention, that would point to this one. And then just update the highlighted links with the VSL link. So there's two there on the first page. Go into the footer, same thing, edit that by clicking the pencil, make sure, change that to the XVSL. When you do, as you go through this stuff, you'll want to take off the highlighting to get rid of that. I'm going to keep it on though, so when I send this, you guys know exactly what you need to change. And we just scroll through, and anywhere that there's something highlighted, when you change the footer on the first one, it'll change all of them, and then that highlight will go away, so you won't see that as you keep scrolling through the other pages. And we go down, here's another one. The other thing I did, as Colton suggested, was instead of the free masterclass training, I changed it to free training video. And then the last thing you want to make sure you do, if you are going to use my document, you'll want to update these resources to your affiliate links. If you're using your previous document that you grabbed from your Google Drive, my documents, my drive, then those should already be good. Check them just to make sure. But once we get all that done, then we just do a file download into a PDF, and that's going to put that down onto our computer. We then go to the downloads, and you'll see here's the shared temp file that we just did, and then I have those in a folder called lead magnets, so then I just copy and drag that over here. It's going to say you already have one. Oops, no it didn't. Okay, yeah, because I renamed it. So I named it this temp full stack affiliate PDF file. That way I know what that is. All right, so with that, we have everything replaced in the document. We've downloaded it, and now we have that available. The next thing you're going to want to do is one thing I'm going to point out. Since I shot these original videos back in August, I did add another link. And what this link is, when somebody clicks on that PDF in the email to download the actual PDF, instead of pointing it, the hyperlink to the get response document, I'm pointing them to this link, which is the PDF document itself, which then opens up the get response document. So if you wanted to do that using the same naming convention that we used previously, it would be 01-5, and I named it FMS link to PDF document. The tracking link name, I used the same FMS dash convention, and then the unique part is the PDF doc. So that tells me this is the document, the actual download that the people are going to grab. So if you want to do that, you can set that up the same way by creating the link. Make sure that you've got your custom tracking link there, and then name it that way. And then if you are just creating it now, just put in www.yahoo.com and then save your changes, and we'll get the document name in a second. All right. Oh yeah. So what I wanted to do here was in the web registration link, so the 3.1, if you were using the same convention, we're going to go down here, and where we have the pixel code, so we've got the Facebook pixel code and the ClickMagic pixel. So we want to copy that, and then we want to come down here to the VSL link, the 3.3, show advanced settings, go to the pixel code and paste that in there. Make sure you've got the Facebook pixel code and the ClickMagic code, and then go ahead and save changes. All right, cool. So now we've got the pixel into the VSL, because that's going to take the place of our web registration page. We've got the new updated PDF download, and so now we're going to go into get response. In get response, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our lists, and we are going to create a new list. So my original list is the FMFMS PDF DL01. So I'm just going to create a new list, and I'm actually going to name it FMDL01 FMS underscore temp underscore PDF download underscore 01, and then create. All right, so now I've got this list here. I actually screwed up when I made the original one, so I'm going to delete that. Oops. So we don't get confused. So FMS underscore temp PDF download 01. So I just used the same naming convention that I used for the original one and added temp in there somewhere so that you know the difference. All right. The second thing we're going to do here now is we are going to go to menu, and we're going to go to files and images. And then what we're doing here is we're going to upload that PDF document, the new PDF document. I added a new folder, so if you click on new folder, and you can type in, I use temp PDF download, which I've already got here, so I'm not going to do that, but that's what you would do to create that new folder. And then we're going to go into the temp PDF download folder, and we're going to add a file. So we're going to select from our computer, and we're going to go to the folder wherever you place that. So mine is in the lead magnets, and there it is, my temporary file. Click on open, and it's going to go ahead and upload it. Since I already uploaded it, that's why I didn't actually go through that, but you can see it's here. So what we want to do then is we want to copy that URL. Now we're going to go back to the ClickMagick tracking links, and that new one that we just created that points to the document, we're going to go ahead and paste that in there. And then what I always do once I create that, oops, I don't want the split, I want the document, there we go. Then I go ahead and hit preview just to make sure it took, and it did. So we've got here, we can see, because now it has video instead of masterclass. So this is the new document. The other thing that you can do is if you look in the bottom left-hand corner here, when I hover over this, it's going to tell you what the URL is. So it's the tracking link, the FMS XVSL, which is the one that we want. We don't want the WebReg one. So if you can verify that those links are correct. We go to the footer, hover over that, same thing. It's got the VSL, so we're good. So everything on this is good to go. Now we're going to go back to our autoresponder, or get response, and we're going to click on autoresponders. Now, the Colton, the way that he showed, you're going to be going through, and to me, that's a lot more work that needs to be done. What I like to do is I'm going to go to my original list, and I'm actually in the process of moving stuff from one list to another. I had an oops, and a lot of stuff got deleted. So I'm going to show you on the old AWOL list how to do this, but it's the same concept. And what we're doing, just to sort of visualize this. So here's the original emails that we're going to continue to use. So from day 4 through day 30. And what we're going to do is we're going to make new emails. Well, we're going to put these emails in a new list, in a new autoresponder, and make them go from day 0 to 26. So the day 4 email is going to be the day 0 email. Day 5 is going to be day 1, etc. And then we're going to change the timing on the day 4, the original day 4, which is now day 0, to immediately. All the other ones will keep the timing the same. I will send a screenshot of this correlation table so that you have it for your use. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to go into the original email, the original day 0 email. And if you remember, that email has the download link for the PDF at the bottom of it. So we're just going to go into the email. And once that comes up, we are going to scroll down and we are going to click on, however you have it worded, the PS postscript, and we're going to copy that. Once we do that, then we are just going to back out of here, because all we want to do is we just want to grab that verbiage. So we're going to back out of here and go to back to the autoresponder. Oops, went too far. Autoresponders. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to go down to the day 4, and we're over here, these 3 buttons, these 3 dots. We're going to click reuse. So that's going to bring up that email. And what we're going to do is we're going to simply change it from day 4 to day 0. And I've actually started using 2 numbers because there's 30 days. So that's going to keep everything in order. So we're going to change it to day 0. We're going to change the autoresponder day to day 0. We're going to switch the list to the temporary one that we just made. And then this one, the very first one, is going to be immediately. Now, the only thing we need to do is we need to edit this message. If you want, you can change the day here as well. Make sure that your from is the same. It should be, everything should be the same. You should not have to change anything else. We go to the next step. And when that email comes up, if it does not have text underneath your picture, like here it doesn't, all we're going to do is add a text box if there's not already. And this, you can tell this is old because you don't need all this stuff. The get response actually already puts this in. So, but we're going to add a text box. We're going to paste in that stuff. And then we want to grab the the document, the tracking link for the PDF document. And then we're going to, however you want to do it, if you just want to have this hyperlinked, then we just paste that in, and then PDF download. Okay. If you wanted to do the entire thing, you could do that. However you want to do it, it's completely up to you. And then we go on to the next step. Make sure that it's day 0, the new list, the temporary list that we just created immediately, and then we're going to save and publish. All right. Now I'm going to walk you through one more, and the rest of the emails you'll do this way. So the second email, we're going to go to so it was the day 4, so we're on day 5. The second email, you're going to hit reuse again. And if you go back and remember the correlation chart, so day 5 becomes day 1, right? All right, so we're going to change this from day 5 to day 1. We're going to change this to day 1. We're going to change our list to the temporary one that we just created. We're going to leave the time alone. And then we don't have to change anything in the email itself. We're just going to save and publish. So it's that easy. So reuse, change the day, change the autoresponder day, save and publish. That's it. Now when we go to the new temporary list that we just created and apply that, we can see that, okay, we've got the day 0 and the day 1, and that one's being sent immediately. The other ones are going to be sent the same time that that they were sent previously, but now they're in this list. So you can go through and do the same thing for the other 20, however many days, 24 days that there are. And once you get that done, then those will be good to go. The last thing we need to do is in ClickFunnels. So if you go to your funnel, and we're going to go into edit page, and there are 2 things that we need to do on each of the PDF landing pages. So once we get in here, we're going to click on settings, and we need to change our integration, because remember, we created a new list. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the existing integration. We're going to select our get response API, add to campaign, hit refresh list from API, and then we're looking for that temp. So there it is. Now it's connected. So we're going to click off of that. Then the second thing we need to do is, in general, instead of sending it to the web reg link, we need to send this to the VSL link again. So we're going to copy that link and then go back over here, highlight, paste, and now we've got that pointing to, so when they opt in and click on the button, our autoresponder is going to get their email, and then it's going to shoot them to the VSL page, to the VSL ClickMagick link, which will take them to the VSL page. All right, so that we got those 2 things done, we're going to save that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the 2 video landing pages, the 2 PDF video landing pages. So once we get out of here, we're going to click on the PDF download video, edit, go into, come on. Wow. Come on, come on, come on. I really need to restart my computer. Really? So we're going to go into, once it comes up, we're going to go into integrations, remove the existing integration, set up the new one that points to the new temporary file. So settings, integration, remove, get response, add to campaign, and then we're looking for the temporary that we just set up. Click off of that, settings, general, on the submit go to, paste the VSL page, off, and save. And then we go back to the second video landing page and do the exact same thing. Click on that, edit page, and then we're going to go into settings. Wow. I apologize. bum. And then once we have this done, your funnel should be updated. We'll have the new PDF in, the temporary PDF loaded with the links going to the VSL instead of the master web registration page. You're going to have the new list. The pixels in ClickMagick are going to be in the VSL. And then if you want to set up that extra tracking link that points to the download document itself, you can do that as well. Remove integration, select the new one, add the campaign, temporary, click off, settings, general, on submit, go to VSL, good, save. All right, so that now everything is set up properly. Anything that had been pointing to the web reg page is now pointing to the VSL page. Your autoresponders, once you get those all set up so that we're only using day 4 through 30, because all of those point to either a bridge page or the VSL. And then once you have that, you should be good to go. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop a line. I'm going to post this video to YouTube. I'm going to include it in that original shared document with all the other videos. So you'll have all those. I'll also send a share, the Google document for the PDF. So if you want to use that one and just update your links, if you can't find yours. And then I will also send a screenshot of that email correlation table in Excel so that you can keep those straight as well. Hope this helps out. And if you have any questions, let me know. Catch y'all later. Bye.